it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial, and today we are painting the Glittering Myriad. Yes, it is another Emperor's Children scheme. It's another one that comes in the book. It is a lovely sort of bluish white with lots of bright gold. So we are going to be doing that today. It's been primed in grey Seer, and this model comes to us because Games Workshop very kindly sent me the army set early to build up and paint and review with all of you, and that is exactly what we are doing. So without further ado, let's jump in. So grey Seer primer, and the first colour we're going to use is Tyran Blue, and we're going to apply this over the top of all of the armour. Just like this. Now, of course, it is turning it blue. And if you want to, you could instead do this as a recess shade. But we're going to be applying this over top of all of this armour, and then we're going to be relayering it with Corax White, basically. Which we'll get to once this is fully dry. But enough about the next step. So with all that Tyran Blue applied, as mentioned, we're going to take some thins down, Corax White, and we're going to apply this over top of the armour. And we're just going to avoid the recesses. So with that all done, should have a really nice bright white across all the armour. Looks awesome. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take some Black Legion, and we're going to apply this over top of the soft details and joints in the armour. So with all of that Black Legion applied, we're then going to take some Gore-Grunta Fur. I'm going to apply this over top of the leather. With that Gore-Grunta Fur all applied, we're then going to take some Sigvald Burgundy, and we're going to apply this over top of any tassels and any helmet plumes. And with that Sigvald Burgundy applied, we then take some Volupus Pink, and we're going to apply this over top of the grip of any weapons and any smooth cables. With that all done, we then take some Reikland Fleshshade, and we're going to apply this over top of this. Well, by nature of applying Reikland Fleshshade, we're making it skin. You could paint it as a leather detail, it's like a black leather detail or something like that. So with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Leadbelcher. I'm going to apply this over top of the blade, the vials, the injector, and over the top of like the cross guard and stuff of this knife. We're going to apply it over the top of all the remaining areas of the backpack, excluding the trim, and we're going to apply it over the top of the bolt gun as well. So with all that Leadbelcher applied, what we're then going to do is take some thinned down Retributor Armour. And we're going to apply this over top of all of our remaining details, which is mostly the trim and decorative elements. With all that Retributor Armour applied, we're then going to take some Dark Angel's Green. Just a small amount of this. I'm going to apply this over the top of the eye lenses. One thing we will also do here is apply this over the top of the kind of injector down here. Just in that little kind of, well, the syringy bit. That sort of thing. Next up, we're going to take some Luxion Purple. I'm going to apply this over the top of the casing of the bolt gun. And so with that all done, it's now time to add some shades to the model. And the first of these is going to be some Berserker Bloodshade. I'm going to apply this over top of all the gold. And with all that Berserker Bloodshade applied, we're then going to take some Nuln Oil. And we're going to apply this over top of the bolt gun entirety, so including that Luxion Purple, as you can see. But what we're also going to do, we're going to apply this over top of all the other silver details as well. So with that all done, our Glittering Myriad Emperor's Children Tormentor is now what I would call a Warhipster battle ready. It's looking pretty good. However, we're not going to leave it there. We're going to take it to the next level, and we're going to do this by adding some highlights. Now, the first of these is going to be some thinned down white scar. I'm going to use this to highlight the white. So with that all done, we're then going to take a tiny amount of Sybarite Green. I'm going to use this to add a little dot into the eye lenses. Just like that sort of thing. And with that Sybarite Green applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Emperor's Children. Use this to highlight the hair and the tassels. And with that Emperor's Children all applied, we're then going to take some Fulgrim Pink. I'm going to use this just to add some little highlights to those smooth cables. Just like that sort of thing. So with that all done, what we're now going to do is we're going to take a roughly 2 parts Stormhost Silver to 1 part Retributor Armour mix. And we're going to use this to highlight all of the gold. Make it nice and bright and sharp. Around all of this trim. So with all of that gold highlighted, what we're now going to do is finish off our Glittering Myriad by taking some thinned down Ironbreaker. And we're going to use this to highlight all of the silver. And so with the base now complete, our Glittering Myriad Tormentor is now finished. I really like the scheme. I think it's a really interesting take on the Emperor's Children. It does look a little bit like White Scars gone wild, but it's pretty cool. And, well, it's still got those very Slaaneshi features. You could change the white recipe to use a sort of more Queelia green shade type thing instead of Tyran Blue if you wanted to. That would also work. If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com/Warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And if you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.